I decided I'm going to come into the woods and honor my people, the Sasquatch people, Clan of RE, with reading them excerpts from their book that they helped me pen. And I randomly selected, even though I have the page open because this is like the third take, a story called Winged Messenger. So come on RE, come on family, come on in and join me, and let's enjoy this story together. Some years ago, Sue and I were engaged in a smudging ceremony at one of the 2 gifting trees I had at that time. I am not as schooled as she is on the reasons for each individual ceremony, but I believe the one we were doing was to cleanse us of negative energy. We sat cross-legged on the moss, facing each other, bathing in the swirling, sweet, fragrant smoke of what I believe was white buffalo sage. We had barely begun when I saw a gigantic bird swoop into the densely populated canopy of trees. When I first observed it, I was somewhat startled and immediately thought pterodactyl. Its body and wingspan were so expansive that that was the only thing that made sense to me in the moment. I sat there transfixed as the gargantuan bird landed, perhaps 50 yards away, and perched on a low-hanging branch. It seemed to be attentively observing the ceremony at hand. In my estimation, it appeared to be around 4 feet tall, perhaps more. "Sue," I barked, "hand me the camera. Look at that bird." Anyone who knows Sue would know that she was not about to forgo the protocol associated with our ceremony, so I did not push it. I also feel she did not understand just how huge and special our inquisitive visitor was. The giant bird sat motionless for the duration of the smudging ceremony, eyeing us solemnly. When we concluded minutes later, I again prodded Sue for the camera with more than a hint of urgency in my voice. As she handed it to me, she whirled around to witness the object of my excitement. Our winged companion eluded her initially, as she was expecting to see a blue jay, raven, or some other common denizen of the region. Before I could get the camera into position to snap a picture, our curious visitor took flight, and then she saw him. He was truly a sight to behold. He was huge as he gracefully maneuvered his way out of the canopy in a fluid, swooping, gliding motion. He tucked his wings into his body so that they were only half as wide. Within moments, he disappeared into the heavens. The entire incident seemed surreal and magical. Was our large friend a spirit bird, or perhaps a Sasquatch that had shapeshifted into that form? Or was it our large hairy friends simply observing us through the eyes of this majestic bird? I feel the answer lies in one of these hypotheses. Can I prove it? No. Do I believe it? Absolutely. Later that evening, I did some research on what kind of bird had graced us with its presence. I came to the conclusion that it was most likely a golden eagle. Its appearance and behavior seemed to fit the profile. In any event, it was a truly magical, mystical experience, and not one we will soon forget. So like I said, I'm going to be reading this book to my guys, and very honored to be reading it to them in their home, because they're very deep in my heart, and this book was written straight from the heart of the Sasquatch people.